Welcome. Juicy news. Have you seen the Bitcoin price? Have you seen the Bitcoin price, baby dolls? I'm gonna ask you one last time, get out of this range or it ain't gonna end pretty. I can't believe we are still $67,000. Of course, once again, we have to just acknowledge that we have a problem. Okay, we are mentally diseased. There's nothing right with us, friends. No, none of these screws are tight at all inside these little heads of ours. We are on what, like day 240 now. It's still $67,000. What I'm gonna now do is, before we even start anything, I'm just gonna show you what blockchain backer. I love watching his stuff. Does Elliott Wave things. Okay, what he has for others BTC. And it's more mental illness. And then we go up only. Okay, so basically it's because this move, this is others. This move that we had from March earlier in the year down to here, this move down here, friends, that does not just go whoop like that. Okay, it usually has these little double or triple bottom zone areas before finally it's ready to go. But we are like halfway through it, believe it or not. Now we've got the next part. The next part is coins continue to slide around. You've got more ads, cult coins going up, not real cults. Okay, Bizarro word stuff going up. You have those going up. You have other things like chain stink, dumping. It's also funny, friends. If you go to Sergey's tweets, it's literally turbo humiliation. Okay, like wow. And I'm now just going to show you quickly what it's like. Okay, so if you go through all of these, right? All of his replies, friends, are literally very negative. Look at this. Bro, you diluted the F out of us. Could have sold a batch. Only thing you're excited about is how many billions of dollars you made. Shout out to TT, Fudder. Go live and actual link token use, because that sure hasn't happened yet. When are you going to change your PFP to a Something tells me this is a PR response because of securitize, all these things. So it's very, very negative. It's kind of funny. Look at this. Just everyone, friends, is literally, oh man, going full on hard. But it's funny. The Link Marines, you just don't listen. Okay. I've told you 30,000 times. I understand. Yes, I'm wearing a Core Cat, friends. It's a Core Cat episode because you need a pump. They don't get it. I've told you 30,000 times. Firstly, market cap matters. Okay. Chainlink's like 8 billion. And secondly, you're a cycle number 2 coin. Cycle number 2 coins, you don't get any glory in the Bitcoin halvening year. You don't get any glory, okay? Look at HEX, for example, friends. HEX is only like relatively bouncing back okay, but that's because it got viciously destroyed before. You know, Chainlink only dropped, I think, like 65% from March, but HEX dropped like 83%. So now HEX is like starting to come back. Everyone's like, oh, it's doing great. But no, you just took a deeper hit. That's just the pain you go through. If you're holding a Cycle 2 coin, you have an advantage that it pumped before. You don't have a choice of like 50,000 coins to choose from. You only got like a 300. So there's no free lunch, right? But that's your positive, the pro of that. However, the negative is you are a Cycle 2 coin. That's it, pretty much. You have less euphoria waves compared to just people degenning up SPX, you know, 6,900, which is up like 124x or whatever, popped up in like 40 days from a Morad presentation. So you have that going on. And then a lot of the Link Marines as well, they moved to a poo. So a meme coin, but that's pretty much it. Now, a lot of people still ask, hey, why do you even talk about these things out here? Because friends, here's the thing. I want to show the menu of what's available, because friends and family, not all of them want to sit there for like 3 days learning MetaMask. They just don't, man. So I've got a cousin who's a plumber. Just so many people, they're just like, man, I don't care. It's so easy. Put them on a CEX. Okay, they're just like, okay, I want leverage on Bitcoin and Ethereum. There you go. There's your spice. There's your chain. That's it. And they look at it once every 6 to 9 months. And to be honest, like, they don't care. Like, friends, if someone else makes a 47x on our on-chain world, we think we missed out. Okay, they don't think they've missed out. They're looking at their own stuff because it's magic internet money to them. They're like, oh my gosh, I made like 5 times on my money. That's their eyes just light up. And they're like, 5 times. Like, bro, 5 times. Right, we're here for 50. What are you talking about, 5, right? But they don't believe those numbers. So it's still good to at least keep on track with that, because we didn't know it was going to play out like this. We had no idea that it was definitely going to be memes. I had all the thesis and everything laid out from years ago. I just didn't think, okay, that was going to be the chosen one. It could have been real world assets. It could have been AI that continued. AI is continuing, by the way. AI is a meme in crypto, just to let you know. We don't even use AI for anything. It could have been gaming resurgence. It could have been NFTs resurgence. There's so many different sectors that the market could have come and basically chosen, but it just turns out that it's lining up for memes. But still, you shouldn't give up on everything else, okay? And by the way, this others index, friends, it's a complete summary of what's going on in terms of all the coins outside of the top 10. So if we do this little pass, if you can see, we're actually right here. We're actually right here. So maybe there is, you know, some zippity-doo-dah, comes back down, maybe a sell-off after Trump wins, and then everything goes back up. Okay, that might be it. Maybe the market's pricing in Trump winning, and then we have a bit of a jitter, and then everything pops up later on after that. Now, what I'm gonna do is show you Mr. Russell 2000. By the way, with BCB, friends, it's interesting as well. The Russell 2000 around this zone, he actually expects, I've got a daily chart. He expects it to do this like this little grinding around here before finally it's ready to boop, go up, okay? Before it's finally ready to just take a crack at those highs. But that's pretty much, it's knocking on the door. It's knocking on the door. It's just a matter of time before it cracks on through. If we go and have a look at others BTC, remember the BCB chart I showed you, friends, that's just others, the market cap of others, right? It's like if it was one index. This is others BTC as a ratio. And once again, yeah, it's still in the poopy zone, but how to interpret these, as I mentioned to you every single day, if your coins are going up or they're doing well while others BTC is cracking down like this and still doing garbage, I think you have a big advantage because the market hasn't even woken up yet and you're like one of the leaders of the packs. Okay, it doesn't mean you're going to go up the most, but it's pretty good, right? So when you see coins like PIKA on PulseChain, for example, and remember, friends, Dex Screener have an error here. It's actually 11 million market cap. It's not. I wish I wish it was 115. Don't we wish? It's teasing us too much. Okay, but you see this. This is amazing. Okay, because it's showing while the rest of the market is bleeding, you've got product market fit already. Okay, it's showing that. And then even if something interesting to look at as well, Landwolf 615, okay, has been recovering. Right, it has been recovering and rounding off while you have that weakness in the others. Now, if your coin's doing really poop right now, trust me, there are a lot of mid-curvers that they trade momentum and they think they're geniuses, but they're not. They think they're really smart. They're not. So what they'll do is they're going to tell everybody. I can see the tweets coming out. I could just feed it because I did this every single time. They go, if you want some tips, if your coin has been performing bad for the past 60 days, sell it now and go buy the strong ones. That they all do that. And guess what? None of them are retired. None of them have 8 figures in their portfolio. None of them know shit, okay? So basically what they're doing is sell the bottoms and go buy the tops of something else. It's good for leverage. It's good for leverage trading with like trying to play like, oh, I'm going to risk 1 to make 2 units. Yeah, it's good for that. That's absolutely the worst thing you can do if you are holding deep value contrarian coins. The worst thing of all, friends. Because as you, like, I'm just going to come back. I'm just going to show you the HEX chart once again, friends. I'll put it on a linear chart just so you can see. When coins bottom out in crypto, friends, they don't do this. Okay, what you want them to do is you want them to do that where you want them to always do that. They don't do this all the time. Okay, this is rare. Okay, if you have this, it's really, really nice. Okay, a lot of the times what altcoins do is they'll do this lower low, lower low, and then their lows are like this. They're just making low like that. That's how they bottom, friends. It just really, you have no idea that's ever going to, you think it's going to go down to 0. And then eventually it just goes pop, 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 pop like that. Actually, what I've just drawn here is the exact HEX chart. If you zoom in, you see that? Down here, low. Look at this. Oh, we're down, we're going down forever. And then literally in 1 month period, pop, it just starts to do this. So if you are selling, look at this. Imagine you're the genius. You think you're a genius. You're selling the stuff that's weak. Look at this. You just basically missed out on a 400% rally. Like, and there are people who sold that low. We know that. Like, for example, our friend non-playable character, and then it doubled literally like, 4 days after you left. Then, by the way, then it doubled again. We have a lot of incentive token Inc. fans as well, friends. So incentive token here did this little pop-up here. It's about $2.36. Remember, this is a weekly chart, so it's still red on the weekly super trend. So it needs to pretty much head above $3.60 for us to get excited. Okay, that's the most important part. So anything under $3.60, it's still technically in a downtrend area. And, a lot of people will joke. I've heard many influencers, not many, some of them will say like, oh, incentive token's boring and HEX is boring because there's other ones. Yeah, but look, man, these types of people, not I name their names, not saying anything bad, but just saying like, you have a high risk appetite like me. You are in the trenches all day. You know people. You know what to look for. Like, we know how to read people, okay? A lot of people don't, man. They come in here. They don't have 18 hours a day to weed through stuff. They haven't seen a lot of stuff. They don't know that. So for them, having an EHEX with a BankX war and this drama, and having an ink, okay, something you can farm, and it's a green logo, and it's like Richard Hart's Dogecoin meme coin, having those there means the world to them. It's a lot. It's fun to speculate. If they basically, Richard Hart has given them basically, like, you got your city. He's put Vegas in the city. That's what he's effectively done for them. Instead of you catching a plane outside of the country and going to Macau, you know, an entirely different country altogether. So that's pretty much what it is. Okay, for better or for worse, but it keeps everything within the system and it benefits everyone. And speaking of having everything for everyone, this is the PulseX chart as well, friends. This is my diagram from a previous video, just showing you how PulseX, remember, if there's no secret weapon, but if there was a secret weapon, it's actually PulseX. I made videos about this last year, but no one gave a crap because the price was down like 92%, but PulseX is a secret weapon, friends. It is the money being used from taxing traders, which we know everyone in crypto, like the number one use case in crypto is literally speculation trading, okay? Like, look at Binance, look at all these exchanges that made money off that, right? Also look at Tether, right? Why is Tether so big? Because people put in stable coins because they want to go speculate and trade. You know what I mean? So it's all the evidence is there. Speculation and trading and swapping currency around. That's the biggest use case, right? So the buy and burn, it really is a nuclear weapon. It's a bazooka, okay? It does a lot of damage to non-believers because it's constantly chewing up in the background every time there's activity, right? Like, just imagine imagine your state, you know, your state or your country, like if they were able to tax economic activity and that yield went somewhere and then you could invest in it and get something like that. Wouldn't that be amazing if you had the opportunity to do that? Almost like, let's say there's a city, and then, like, let's say they collected like, you know, like a 1% tax from every time someone, you know, maybe booked one of the theaters, or they paid land tax, or they let's say they had a parking fines, maybe parking tickets, everything in the city, all those council rate incomes. Imagine you could actually get that source. You're like, wait a minute, that's exactly what the government does. Yes, friends, yes, you're owning the casino. That's why owning PulseX is owning the casino. It's literally that same thing. That's why I use these different examples, is telling you, well, you know, wouldn't you be excited if you had a city and then the council said, guess what? Everyone pays property taxes. You're going to get 1% of everyone's property taxes. Wow. All I have to do is just buy in. Yes, that's the best part about it. And whether the haters like it or not, it's going to keep chewing itself up on the order book. If you check out that Bitcoin channel right here, like, we're so close, man. We're so close. Also, friends, just to let you know, I'm going to have to make like some like next phase of crypto cycle specific videos. So I'm not responsible for anything. You have to be responsible for yourself. But after we start doing this shift up, right, I actually officially have to say, okay, this move, however far it goes, I don't think it's going to be over soon, but it could be like 20% chance, 25% chance. There's always odds, which means this right now, what we're looking at right now, could be your absolute last chance to do leverage. Okay, now I told you not to do leverage, but there's some circumstances, man. Like, some people, they got hacked, they lost money, they have to borrow money, take out of their savings, get a credit card or whatever. Okay, I don't advocate for any of that, but I'm just saying this is the last time. This is actually the last moment. If you're on the edge, this is it. This is it. Make it your Jeet stack. By the way, if you're getting a loan now, you have to make it your Jeet stack, because I don't want you to be stressing about something else later on. Okay, so if, let's say, you only go up 3 or 4x from here, pay yourself that loan, just pay it off, and then you keep the rest. So yes, that Jeet stack, friends. Remember, I told you that Jeet stack, what would it be? It would be just buying your alts such that when Bitcoin goes up here, okay, whatever it does here, you don't know what it's going to do. You have to take profit here, all right? I don't have a Jeet stack, friends. I'm already all in from a long time ago. Okay, I don't have a Jeet stack. You can trim stuff off and everything, but what I'm just telling you is, like, it can help you psychologically. Why? Because, see, I'm here all the time, friends, but this move up here, so let's say Bitcoin goes to 115. Everyone thinks, wow, we're actually great. Goes back down 100, and then it does something like this, back down here. Okay, you see that move? Why? Back to this channel. this move here, okay, you're not, when we're down here, one, everyone's going to think it's over, but two, this percentage is like 30 to 40%, whatever it is, okay? Because it dropped, look at this, if you could do this amount, it dropped 32% here. If we did another 30% drop here, as I've mentioned many times before, that corresponded to altcoins dropping 80%. 80. And that might be a lot of damage psychologically for someone who's waited so long, and you watch your portfolio go up, like, I hope it goes up 10x, but what if it goes up like 5? And then it comes back down, now you're only up like 50% from today. A lot of people will just be like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, because it's not going to be easy, friends. All the people who come out at on the bear markets of these, they get more ferocious, okay? Because you're gonna get a lot of anxious people, and they will be selling the bottoms. Okay, that's actually what happens. So if I also draw an altcoin here for you, friends, what happens is, let's say there's like 4 big waves that go up. Okay, people get in, weekends get out here. Okay, everyone stays on, but a lot of weekends get out here. It goes up here, weekends get out again. Everyone thinks it's literally over. It comes back again, but what happens is this ferocious pump, friends. Why is it more ferocious? It's because people sold here and sold here. And also people holding witnessed them. So now those people who sold are buying back in, plus those people who are still holding, they now put in more leverage for some reason. They're going to start doing like really, really crazy things. Okay, so basically the market is witnessing, all of us, we're witnessing strength after strength after strength. Like we get knocked down, we get back up. Okay, and people love that. That's momentum. We love that. Once it starts going up and up and up, once it starts going fast, that's actually the end. But everyone's like, oh, wow, now it's just getting started. And that's what's actually the most dangerous thing of all. So how you can prevent that, at least, I'm helping you just think about a Jeet stack. Maybe you throw in an extra 5% or 10% of your portfolio. Like, for example, friends, there's some people out there, let's say you have 20 grand in savings, and you're like, yeah, you know what? I could just live with 15 grand and replenish the next 5 over the next 6 months. That's what you could do. Okay, so take 5 grand out of your savings, you throw it in, you go, okay, that's my Jeet stack. When Bitcoin hits 100K, whatever, in that month, of whatever altcoins are doing, I just have to take profit and recover myself back. That's one thing you can do. And that helps protect yourself, right? And then you just basically, yes, no more after this. Okay, this is pretty much what I will concede as the very, very last one. But what you're going to notice is, friends, everyone on Twitter and YouTube, they're going to tell you not to do it, but then they're going to do it themselves. I promise you. You're going to see huge crypto, profit loss, Carl the Moon. Trust me, man. You're going to see big stuff like that, and it's going to entice everyone. Now, let's get to the boring news. It's not really boring. It's juicy news, friends. Venmo, okay, they have 60 million users, and now they can buy using crypto. Let's check it out. How? Alan paid Jessica. Wow.
Dude, I just saw Sarah paid MoonPay on Venmo.
Wow.
How do you do that?
Okay. Friends, I don't know. Call me a cork hat altcoiner. I don't even know what Venmo is. Maybe I'll have to look it up. Okay, Venmo is a American mobile payment service. So it's aimed at users who want to split bills. Friends, honestly, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play some pump music for America. Okay. I will take this to the grave. I will take this to the grave. America is one of the greatest countries to ever exist. You guys have a market for literally anything, okay? It blows everything else out of the water. If you're an entrepreneur and your business idea doesn't even work with the rest of the world, chances are it's just not because you're not in the USA. The amount of wealth and things up here, but who the hell gets an app? Hey, people want to split the bill? Okay, 60 million users, here you go. Like, it actually is amazing out here. That's why a lot of people who are like betting against America, like Ray Dalio with China, all this other cuckery, I'm like, dude, I don't think so, man. Like, if you look at these long-term charts, you're like, oh yeah, this economy is going to turn down, bro. Do you know how much that turning is? It's like 65 years of turning of like this big giant U-turn. So it's just kind of like more evidence as well that crypto's going to become more popular, especially in America. I mean, the highest GDP and stuff is then. You know, friends, a lot of these people as well, they'll jump the gun. They go like, oh, secondary countries and developing countries, and this country is the future. Yeah, go look at their GDP per capita. Okay, it's literally going to take like 13 years, right, of them growing like 12% per year to finally get there. Right? In 13 years, Bitcoin's already 2.5 million or something, right? You've already missed out on this opportunity. So People always mid-curve themselves. Always, right? I actually learned this from Warren Buffett. I was actually surprised because I was always reading the stuff about, America's going to collapse. It's been going on for too long. And then Warren Buffett would always be like, of course he's biased, but he's like, we just got a golden goose here. And I didn't know what he meant. But now friends, if you just see the stock markets of the rest of the world, oh my God. Go look at the German DAX. Go look at the CAC 40, which is the French index. Go look at any other index in the world. The S&P 500 is the biggest up-only Ponzi powerful machine you will ever see in your freaking life. Everything else is totally trash. The only thing that's kind of okay is Australia, but we pay heaps of dividends. So you get cucked on the dividends, and it's just basically like an income stream. So it's not even really high growth anyway. So yeah, we're starting to see, right? If all these people can now pay using crypto, it just makes more crypto more popular, especially with Venmo going forward. You could feel it now, friends. So you want to know, how does Coinbase App Store hit rank #1? It's things like this. Everyone's hearing about it, okay? Now, are they going to come for these layer 2 governance tokens? We'll see. Speaking of America, the US macro data, friends, it came in a bit nicer. So these aren't like tremendously important. However, I'm just showing you, look at this. Retail sales are really positive. This is on the right-hand side, expected, and the green's what came out, okay? So retail sales strong, even though they're like very volatile, by the way. Unemployment claims are still good. And the Philly Fed manufacturing index, that came out at 10. So it's expanding, okay? Just so, the US data, friends, it's not cracking. Even though we all think it can't crack. They can't crack. It's just because they printed so much money. They printed so much in 2020. They did. And then we just exhausted our cycle of time. And I guess it's sitting in everyone's savings now. But yeah, man, you always hear, friends, everyone's saying, oh, no, they're all doing bad. Everyone's doing bad. Everything's going to crack. I know, man. I know it's going to crack. I know all the charts. I know the GFC fractal. We put it all the time. AI is here, though. The market's pricing in AI. It is super deflationary. Super. Because, okay, what does it cost to hire 1,000 humans? Now compare that to 1,000 AI robots. The robots don't sleep. They don't ask for breaks. You don't need to type nicely to them, okay? They don't dye their hair blue. They don't whinge if like, you know what I mean? You didn't hire enough girls in the construction site. They don't whinge. They don't care. Okay, that's it. They just give you answers. They spit answers. They find solutions. And AI, friends, I saw Raoul Pal, amazing thing. He fed the AI 17 pages, it was like 17,000 words of his like complicated exponential age model. In it, the AI, it read all his complicated formulas and graphs, and it made a podcast of a guy and a girl talking to each other for you to learn. It summarized it in like 5 minutes. It's like, oh, the growth rate of this was going up, and she goes, oh yeah, and then this was happening. Oh yeah, and then the booming ages, like they're going back and forth this conversation. You're listening to his podcast generated of these things. So think about everyone else out there in the world. For every single job, they're connecting an AI to a data point, and then the AI is learning. And you're like, hey, update me on what's going on today. Friends, just let me blow your mind. Okay, something I just thought of. You got an AI, every computer office, okay? The CEO walks in, he puts his cup of orange juice on the desk, and then he just asks the AI, hey, summarize for me what everyone's doing today. There you go. And it does. It goes, oh, this guy was productive. This guy, you know, he's actually not there today. This guy, imagine that, man. Just think about the possibilities of that, man. Think about how that's super deflationary. That's like wiping out jobs in an instant. That's good for us, good for our bags, because I have to print more money to compensate. Speaking more again on Americana, friends, Donald Trump has hit 60% odds in poly market. So, but once again, friends, I know we're like cheering because it's Trump, but I don't want to be biased. I'm just going to be completely honest. This is, oh wow, it's actually 61%. Wow, you guys are cucks, man. I told you, friends, I told you. This is, look, I don't think it's real. Obviously, I think he's going to win in landslide, but why are we witnessing this? Well, see, friends, you always got to question things and how they're working, because there were soy boy virgin pencil neck cucks with hunched backs who wear brown tarnished slippers who were buying Kamala crappers at 50%, 51%, 52%. They were, do you remember? And I was telling you guys, these don't believe in Kamala crappers. They're soy boys, okay? Soy boys drink soy latte. They have high estrogen, okay? They've got gyno, which is like man boobs, okay? A lot of estrogen in the receptors bind to their nipples. That's man boobs. So they have a lot of that. What that means is when Kamala crappers goes down, they're going to start selling out for liquidity. They are literally the definition of cucks. So in the real world, when you take a bet, you can't go back to the bookkeeper and like, oh, can I get my money back or change my mind tomorrow? No. They don't let you do that, okay? Or maybe they give you back less money, whatever. But in there, people are trading it off liquidity. So people were like long Kamala crappers at 51%. Then she capitulates down to 42% odds, so they start selling out. So what they're doing, they're trading things themselves. They're trading people's expectations. They're not actually taking a bet on stuff. Now, does that mean it's the same thing? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not like one of the stats dudes who like in the weeds of this all day, but it is something to think about when you're looking at these numbers. And that's why, friends, all these traders, they're paper hand scum, man. They can't hold literally a paper bag themselves, okay? Their hands are made of paper bags. They can't hold paper bags. You can't trust them. You don't want them in your chain. You don't want them in your coins, okay? Stay on Soylana, okay? Keep doing the whirlwind. You're all bleeding money. We know they are. We know 99.99% of are bleeding money. The liquidity average rug for PumpFun is literally 4 days. Literally 4 days, the liquidity is gone. So you don't want these people in there. You don't want them in your life. You don't want them as friends. You don't want to hang around them, okay, friends? These people can't be relied on for anything, okay? They are good for selling services to, though. That's what they are good for, and that's why all the scammers are selling tokens to them. Hey, here's this lottery ticket. Here's this lottery ticket. Here's this lottery ticket. They just keep making them over and over and over again. And they're just basically, these kids are running out of money, which I'm going to show you now soon. Boy, oh boy, I'm so glad I found this for you, friends. So actually, I'm going to play some nice gentle angel music while we read this. Look at this, okay? Coinfessions. I never thought I'd be in this situation. Since I discovered Soylana meme coins, I went all in. I lost $15,000 and then I took another loan for $15,000 to try to make it all back. I lost it all too. Now I'm in debt and 80% of all my paychecks go to paying debt. I didn't think I was this dumb. Well, brother, if you're listening out there, you're not dumb. You're addicted to the gambling. You're addicted to the thought. You got lured by all these people who are throwing all these figures out here. What you're actually doing is, friends, we're going to look back. I'm not joking. In 10, 15 years, we're going to look back at these scenarios. And I don't know if have you watched those documentaries where there's like an old white dude and he's talking to like a Thai girl and then he goes to like Thailand and she says, I love you, I love you. He goes there and he pays for her kid and she promises she'll live with him and stuff. You know what I mean? Like all those empty promises and just like he's basically just draining out the money. We're probably going to go and look back and we're going to have the science and be like, oh, you get a dopamine hit when you see these things. There is science behind it, right? We're probably going to look back at it with those lenses, okay? But back then, that was revolutionary, man. Look at the internet. People want to talk to me. All these, this Nigerian prince wants to give me $14 million. I just got to give him 350 grand first. Tell me how that works. So we're going to look at this with this the same scope. Now, if you are in this situation, it's not over. What you have to do is, you're in debt now, but you got to own strong coins that people are going to shill when it's down 99%. That's why HEX has an advantage. That's why PulseChain has an advantage. Yes, it doesn't mean your coins go up every 15 seconds, but it means if we get an unfortunate pit stop bear market somewhere, they're not going away anyway, okay? And as you get older, you're going to realize that this is the situation you want to be. By the way, Mr. Know-It-All, never go all in. Yeah, it's true, sir, but also you can't really say that. Like every single successful person has gone all in. And yeah, so if you avoid buying the core coins, you're going to get that, okay? That's the type of result you're going to get. And that's why, I've got to really stress this. People always say, why haven't touched core coins? I could just get all these lotteries. Yeah, man, because there are 4,000 lotteries to choose from. And yes, you're lucky. You're literally lucky. You have the highest value content in crypto. Me, I've got 30,000 people here, okay? 30,000 people, friends. There are all these million plus followers out there. Like, look at the odds of you finding me, by the way. There's like, 300 people showing their face out there, just yapping about stuff. 300. So you got like a 1 in 300 chance of finding me. Then you have a 1 in 10 chance of actually believing. Look at those odds, okay? So I'm literally in the top tier ST Somi tier, which is above A+. The highest tier, it's also the highest Resident Evil rank if you ever played that, friends, if you finished the game after under 3 hours. So, and you get the infinite weapons and stuff. So ST, friends, ST always in Japanese games. ST is like super special tier. That's what it means, okay? So ST me, And then like everyone else, you just have the distribution. And by the way, I don't even tell people what they want to hear. So there you go. That's like lowers the odds even more, friends. So there you go. I just want to show you what other people are doing as well. Look at this. I took a loan to farm Blast airdrop and got convinced by numerous crypto Twitter influencers that Blast gold will be worth at least $5. I managed to farm 1.3 million gold. I lost $2.5 million in the process. Now I'm down 2 million and don't have enough funds to unlock the rest of my vested airdrop. The Ponzi scheme is real. So is that 2 million an opportunity cost? Maybe, but you know, these stories are real, by the way. And Blast is a VC coin, friends. It's a layer 2 chain. Oh, it's the same story every time, friends. And like I've written here, when you make millions in memes and cults, don't forget other people lost millions buying VC coins. VC tech coins have trapped many people due to leverage and borrowing loans. See, friends, this is the worst part about them, okay? The VC tech utility things, you think of it with like an engineer's perspective. There's a scientific approach. There's columns of these like of concrete slabs. This thing can't go down because it's built off code and like there's a price to earnings balance sheet. That's the perspective mid-curvers have. And that's the perspective I have at the start before I learned all this stuff. And then you actually come to realize, oh, that's actually the most dangerous of all because it's built on a house of cards, but people think it's not. And they take on more risk. In meme coins, everyone knows it's built on a house of cards. Everyone knows it's literally just in the minds of people, okay? But is it built on a house of cards or, friends, I've made a whole video about it, meme coins are the only self-aware sector in all of crypto industry. They know there's a cycle. They know people are fickle. They know people change their minds every 15 seconds. They know people dump minus 99%. They know that and they tell everybody that. We call ourselves crypto participants, not even investors. Do you get it? Only the meme coin sector does that. It's like the most brutally honest truth about it. By the way, memes, cults, religions, all same thing. You get it? It's the same branch. With all these other stuff, they go, don't worry, we can't go down because of, we got sponsorships, we got exchange listings, or we make like $15,000 per minute of DeFi revenue, even though it's the top of the bull market. See, these are the types of things that get people trapped. That's why you see these people take on more leverage because they think, oh, it can't go wrong. It can't go wrong. It can't. Look at Luna UST. DeFi, code, yield. Okay. So when you say yield, you think of a number and you think the number can't bend because you go, oh, 2 plus 2 is always 4. 2 plus 2 is always 4. This can't go wrong. In memes, there's no formula. There's no formula. It's a video game. It's a video game. Does it make sense now? It's a video game. Everyone knows, okay, you can lose the game, you know? So VC tech coins, friends, they have trapped many people and they will probably continue to trap many more people because what's actually going to happen is probably going to see literally them just keep dumping over time and buying into other stuff. I also want to warn you as well, friends. So that's why, you know, friends, different RPGs, you can get different attributes. I'm more like a paladin. You do a lot of damage. You have a big fat hammer, but also you can heal, okay? High in defense as well. And good high attack power. Why is that? Well, look what I'm just helping you do. So this guy, Mr. Blue Chips, unfortunately, these people lost $300,000. So these scammers, we need to just... What happened is scammers started noticing people are responding to high profit PNL screenshots, which I literally spoke about it to you yesterday. I said, do not be tempted by these high profit traders. Oh, I'm making 100 grand, I'm making 300 grand. Don't be tempted by them, okay? It's going to lead you down the wrong path. So people are responding to them more because it's a bull market, okay? What a scammer does, evil genius, he starts making... Now, you don't know this. He makes multiple accounts and he trades off all the accounts. He says, I'm going to do a 25K to 500K challenge. Okay. Now, friends, what you don't know what they're doing is they open like 20 accounts and they have all of them like, 50% of them long, 50% of them short. So he has 20 accounts, 10 long, 10 short, and they're all on the fake. They're all on like the demo accounts. Okay. And then one of them makes money. Okay. One of them makes money, and so what he ends up probably doing is he then shows the next one. He shows the next one that wins. So maybe the market goes up. So he removes 10 of the accounts of the short ones. Now he's got 10 of the longs, okay? Then in the next move, okay, he's going to put half of them long, half of them short. 5 and 5, right? Let's say the market goes down next. So then he removes the longs. He's got the down ones. He takes a screenshot of one of them, and he shows everyone else. Now he's got like 5 left. Okay, and then what it will do is he'll go, okay, well, maybe he does another short now. Then he removes maybe half and half, you see? So what ends up happening is he had like 20 accounts. he's just showing the screenshot of the winner of each time and he's cutting out the losers. You don't know he's made all those accounts. Then people think, oh, this guy's legit. He turned 25K into 500K. I've been watching him. He got every move right. What these, unfortunately, 12 people. So then he said, I'm going to do a giveaway to just one person. I'm going to help everybody. I'm going to turn your 25K into 500K. He messaged 12 people. So 12 people sent him the money. Okay. So basically everyone replied in the thread. He messaged them all, and then he collected them off 12 people. And obviously they thought they were going to be the only one person. And then yes, they're all down 25K each. So he did a fake competition, picking multiple winners, saying they all won, and they all sent 25K. He scammed and he ran off. His name is the Crypto Sword. Very sad, friends. This is very, very sad. That's why you need people like ZachXBT to actually like go through stuff like this, you know. But then again, let's balance it, friends, with some reality of perspective. So shout out to Somi Fan Token, guys. This is literally Michael Saylor bragging about his leverage.
It's been a great journey since August 10th of 2020. Microstrategy's bought about $8.3 billion worth of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up 44% a year on average since then. The S&P's up 12%. And since we levered it, we're up 825%. The number one performing stock in the S&P is NVIDIA, up 821% as of Friday. So we beat every single company in the S&P index using a Bitcoin strategy.
You remember this, friends? You're here to play to win, okay? Michael Saylor did turbo leverage. It could have ended really bad. He's up 825%. NVIDIA produced GPU chips that we need for AI in the future, okay? 825 is bigger than 821. Therefore, he's first. That's it. Everyone's like, what are you doing to win? What did he do? Friends, just like, I love you guys so much. There's always a new person. They're like, how are they making so much money? And I'm just like, wait till you get disappointed. He's literally leveraged long on his stock. He's got, hey, I got a bunch of Ponzi tickers called shares on my company. Can you give me money to go and turbo long Bitcoin with it? Yes. That's exactly what they did. And just apologies, baby dolls. I just got something in the mail. Shout out to Yane. Look at this. Have you seen this logo before? Oh, we got plenty coming. Also, friends, so back to Michael Chad Saylor. Michael Chad Saylor, look, you got to understand, friends. You and I, we've done all the research in the world. We have to filter through like 30,000 communities, altcoins, all these other things. We're like, okay, deep value contrarian, all this other stuff. These people with the actual money, they don't have to filter through 3,000 altcoins. They just have like 3 things to choose from. It's like, okay, do we buy bonds? Do we just leave our money in cash? Or do we turbo leverage long Bitcoin like this Michael Chad Saylor guy? Now, they are like $100 million decisions. They can't just go and like optimize in 5 seconds. Okay, they have to ask everybody. There's a board and everything else out here. But it helps, and friends are like, if it helps when your stock looks like this. Okay, this is the actual MicroStrategy, friends. Wow. By the way, friends, I don't know if you guys have noticed. Do you want to talk about... Look at this chart. Not many people know this, but you know Michael Chad Saylor, he got done by the SEC for... he was pumping his stock. I forgot exactly what he did, but yes, it did hit this price up here. I'm not joking, man. It literally went up here and then it dropped 99%. It went like, can you believe that, man? This was what? This is the year 2000. It does nothing forever. And then look at this, man. This was wild, friends. Just to show you, there is no free lunch in markets, okay? If you are going to go up, look what it does first. Look what it does, okay? It pumped up 9x. And then look what it did. It retraced the whole move down. Bang. Look at that. That is freaking wild. Can you believe that, man? That was in the bear market. So the market basically gave him a 0% chance of survival. They go, you know what? See you later. You're done. Everyone just sold this down. And then that was actually the wrong thing to do. It started moving up. This is wild, man. What a freaking chart. It's so freaking wild, man. It's skits. Maybe it's like his personality. Maybe he's skits himself. I don't know. I think we're all little skits just to be here, to be honest. But man, this is crazy just to see this, man. This is absolutely bonkers to check this out. Bang, all the way up. That's huge, huge, huge. You know? So that's what everyone's looking at, man. I'm telling you, they are all looking at this stock price. They're like, whoa, how are you making this thing go up? He's going to be like, yeah, turbo leverage, digital New York real estate. That's what it is. And it's God bless you. Friends, it's the most brain dead strategy ever. You're not even going to believe it's going to work. But it works so far because no one's doing it. That's all it is, friends. It doesn't even matter if your ID is stupid. It just matters if too many people are doing it or not. So Microstrategy Saylor borrowing at whatever it is, like 7% or 6% money, and then you're just buying Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's growth rate in the past 4 years, it was like 67%. Maybe the next one's going to be like 40%. Doesn't matter. You're paying 7, you're receiving 47. You're receiving 40. You know, Bitcoin can only have like a 20% growth rate, and he still wins. He just does it infinitely. But that's what's going to catch on trend. Because I'm talking to you about, I go, wow, it's free money. Trust me, if you and I are saying it's free money, there's some people on the phones right now. Hey, how do we do this thing? Because they're committed for 5 years. All you have to do is basically pay off the interest for the next 4 or 5 years. Everyone wants their number to go up. Remember, they have a fiduciary obligation to make their number go up. In crypto, it's a network and a community. They are fluid. You can come in, you can disappear, okay? You can be assumed a leader, and then you can disappear from a community. You can start as a pleb, and then you can rise up to a leader, okay? You can't really do that as fluid in a company. There's a hiring process. You got to get through the pink head chick, and then the blue head chick, and then the thing, are you a guy or a girl? I can't tell these days, you know what I mean? Your name's like the little squiggly line. What does that mean, okay? You see what I mean, friends? All these bureaucracies or these red tape stuff makes it harder and harder to be fluid. And when it comes to crypto, I mean, the fluidity is volatility, right? So someone can come in and be a leader. Leader can also quit tomorrow, you know, or in crypto, right? Like 5 of them, they try to put him in jail. So that's the high risk part as well. But for now, I want you to respect this pump because it will fuel the hearts of FOMO for this bull. They're going to come in. They're going to tell you that strategy can't fail. Strategy just can't fail. And you know what? The strategy can't fail from today's price. Put Bitcoin at 230K. Now we've got some non-believers in. You see what I mean? Never know, friends. I pray, please, please, please. Can you just give us a signal where a really lame company does this Bitcoin strategy so we know it's the top? You know, like a really lame one. Not the next one. The next one won't be lame. It'll be like, you know, a Dell or someone who's like a finance dude, but like something like really lame. You know what I mean? Like just, I don't even know, what's even a lame company? Just something. Maybe they make cardboard boxes, but I don't even want to say that. Like a cardboard box factory, there would be the moonshot winners because you know how this world works. It'd have to be something really lame. I think when it appears, we'll see it. Do you remember I showed you the tweets of the top of the NFT market where Facebook, Meta, Mark Zuckerberg company, and Pepsi were going, wag me, friend, wag me. We are all going to make it, friend. We just knew like, oh, bro, it's totally over. We got the losers in. I think we're going to see that in this. That's how we know, okay, we onboarded the biggest non-believer company out there in the pool. But until that moment, like and subscribe. Don't forget he loves you, friends. Catch you in the next one.